Do you want to see how to make ads in the Facebook Ads Power Editor? I'm going to show you how to make dark posts from absolute start to finish. That means I'm going to begin in the Facebook Ads Manager to show you how that saves a lot of time, and then show you as I take it live into the Power Editor and then make dark posts to send people to my website and my blog using Facebook ads. I hope you find this really helpful. It's hands-on, it's live, I'm actually making my own ads, and I hope you can learn a lot from this video. So I've started at my ads manager and my account. So now what I want to do, I'm doing research right now. This is going to be in a two-part Facebook ad operation. Now, if you haven't done much with Facebook ads, I recommend you watch my previous videos on my website and YouTube channel and read about, I'll show you where it is at on my website. I recommend you read these posts. What I'm going to show you is pretty advanced work with Facebook ads. So this is pretty tough if you've never done anything before. But this first step is simple enough for even if you're just getting started with Facebook ads. What I want to do is find out, well, that's ugly. What I want to do is find out what targeting options I have. And I want to target people that are a little older too, at least like 26. I want to find out who I can target, and we're going to do this with, another Word document. So I'm going to grab these interests and drop them over there. So this is a two-part thing, and I'll spell it out for you. Step one is find interests to target. And I want in groups. And second, step two, I'm going to create dark posts in the Power Editor. Specifically for those interest groups. That means I'm going to match on my top 25 success book list here. I'm going to match the picture in the ad with the audience I'm trying to target. I'm going to guess that will help me to reach the right audience. So what I want to do now is find those audience. So I want groups, interests, and then I can maybe do groups with that. So I'm going to throw this on the other window, and we're going to start looking together. So on my post, how to fail at almost everything, Scott Adams. I need to see people that have a good audience. I don't think Scott Adams, 35,000 is not enough. Sorry, Scott Adams. Dilbert, yep, that's possible. I'm going to throw for Scott Adams and Dilbert. That's possible, but still, it's not. You can see 220,000. I need millions. That's worldwide, and I'm going to split these campaigns into U.S. campaigns and then global English wealth campaigns, which you'll see in a minute. What I need are bigger interest groups that are a bit out of the box. So what I need to figure out, let me just go back to my Facebook. Let me see if there's something more popular that's associated with Dilbert. I mean, I don't know nearly as much as I'd obviously like to about things like that. But I have research. So Dilbert is quite popular, and I like Dilbert because I like Scott Adams, and I like Dilbert. Now see, here's the book here. So I know reaching his audience is probably a good bet, but the problem is I need to reach a bigger audience, and of course all Facebook has here are suggestions for cartoon pages. But what I could use is something a lot bigger. I need a bigger subgroup that this is in. And it's in corporate comedy, maybe. But I could also just try some things like that. So let's try... I need some kind of like corporate work environment or something. I need something a bit bigger corporate-wise. So let me just look in these business and industry categories. I mean, that's a massive category. I need something a bit... Now, entrepreneurship I know is one I want to use for several of the different books, but I can target entrepreneurship, so I'm going to just put that on my interest. I'm going to put that on my interest, and I'm going to copy that and put how big the audience is on it, because that's what I really need to know, is how big the audience is. 7.8 million. So that's entrepreneurship, 7.8 million. That's good to know. That's an expensive category, though. And there, now I get into some of these online ones. Well, who's likely to have read a book by Dilbert, though? I'm still, I may not be able to figure out, if I can't find a category to make it work on, like what else here, what else is popular in this related category? It's hard to tell. Alright, so digital marketing is good. Digital marketing has, how many does this have in the US? I'm going to assume these numbers, see, it only has 660,000 though. That's not quite ideal. I mean, that works for a smaller ad campaign, but I want something scalable too. So what about Success? There's Success Magazine. Success Magazine has 560,000. That's okay. So I'm going to have to put some of these together, obviously. And what other success do we have? I mean, that's not enough. Man, there's not as much success as you'd think out there. Well, let's go back to my post. Alright, so what other books do I have that might have a good audience? Ooh, see, now there's a good one. The Secret. The Secret, the book, has a huge audience. 1.1, well, relatively. Alright, The Secret. So I can specifically make a post for people that like The Secret. 1.1 million. And then I can get her as an author. So that has its own following of 1.8 million. That's perfect. So see, now that's one I can use right there. I can put her book... Wait, no, that's Brené Brown. Well, anyway. I have the seat there. The power's right there. I skip ahead a little bit. Alright, so... This is a challenging part, and this is what most people don't show of the videos I've watched, is some of this, how do you pick these interests out? Well, so Rich Dad, Poor Dad's got a good existing audience too. 700,000. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We got 700,000 already. I can target that. Great. And what's the author's name on that? Robert T. Oh yeah, Kawasaki. There, he's got a good following too. Actually, as good or bigger than his book. Okay. So when I'm making our little subgroups on this other page, what I want to do is figure out individual ad campaigns I can run. Which ones I should be able to successfully do. Now, Malcolm Gladwell ought to be a good one too, and I've got 3 of his books. Oh, Malcolm, we need a bigger audience on Facebook for you, man. You need to hire me. Jeez. Alright, let's try his books individually. Oh, man. All of your books together, Malcolm Gladwell. You could use my services. 360,000. Your books are so popular and I love your books so much. Well, I can at least your audience is at least big enough to do an ad specifically for you. Alright, so Malcolm Gladwell is 360,000. What's that? The New Yorker. That's what he writes for. Or I don't. Alright, now that's got a big audience, and then some people will know him from there. Alright, so I could stick the New Yorker in with Malcolm Gladwell. Alright, so here, let me bring over and show you what I'm making out of this. So I'm trying to figure out, alright, interests, and what I need really are page post or dark post interests and ideas. Alright, so I need an entrepreneurship post. I've got The Secret. This should be a good one right here. There. I'll just do all these like this. Alright, so the entrepreneurship, I don't have a post idea yet. But I can combine, here we go, like The Secret or something like that. And then it will feature her book. And then the Rich Dad Poor Dad, I could do one for him. Feature. And now digital marketing, that's kind of crap. I could just try a success, outright a success category. General with, and I'd pick a book out of it. Alright, so I can do a Malcolm Gladwell themed one. Feature Malcolm Gladwell. Okay, so I've got 5 ideas right now from these interests. Now what I need to go back and do is figure out which of Malcolm Gladwell's books are most popular selling. So I can figure out, alright, so I guess David and Goliath, is that one on there? I don't see it. Man. Malcolm Gladwell does not do much on Facebook, but I can feature David and Goliath. That book really was powerful for me, because what you think of is David performs this miracle defeating Goliath, when it sounds like David was a slinger, which is, if you play real-time strategy games, is a type of ranged infantry unit good at taking down heavy infantry, and Goliath was a heavy infantry. That means, in plain terms, David should easily and always beat Goliath. And the only way you wouldn't see that is if you didn't know what game they were playing. If you assumed they had to both go banging out with a sword, you'd think Goliath had the advantage. But if you looked at that they could play any game, David has a huge upper hand, and I thought that view from Malcolm Gladwell was awesome. So now, how to win. I'm looking for, I want a couple more ad group ideas. How to win friends and influence people's got a pretty good following, so I might, well, not as good as I was hoping. 130,000 is not enough to get me excited. Because an ad campaign like that can just stop being successful real soon. Alright, so Dale Carnegie might be good enough. Alright, good, combined with this book. Alright, good. I think I can use both of these together and at least get 600,000. That'll work. So I'm going to go paste that over in my... So I feature... Alright, so that's another ad group, dark post idea. An idea with making all these dark posts is I want to find one that works exceptionally well. I'm figuring if I make around 10 of them, 1 or 2 of them will probably work great. And that's what I want to figure out is which ones work great. And then I can just put all of my ad budget through those. A couple more. Let's look through these books. Katie Couric's got to be a good one, right? She's got to have a good Facebook following. Alright, that's great. Wow, hers, yeah, that's perfect. Hers almost all in the U.S. Which means I guess no one knows of her outside the U.S., which I don't know if I can do a Europe campaign with her then. Alright, so Katie Couric, feature Katie Couric's book. And now what I want to find out is the best advice I ever got. Nope. No, it doesn't look, I don't see her book on here. Nope, alright, her book, I can't target them. Let's see what else. Lean In, that's got to be a good... 500,000, that's okay. Maybe I could do Yahoo for that too. So I feature Lean In with... What's the author's name? I don't have a clue. Sheryl Sandberg, okay. I don't keep data like that in my head. It doesn't do me any good. When I can look something like that up, I don't need to know who wrote pretty much anything. Okay, Sheryl Sandberg, Lean In, and maybe I could even do Yahoo, because a lot of people do actually know things like that, so that is a broad audience I could have a good opportunity with. I'm going to bet at least some people, or I could actually even do Yahoo Women. Because I'm going to bet women that like Yahoo, they're 3.8. Yahoo Women, that'll narrow it down a good bit. Alright, so what have I got? I should have done these in numbers instead of bullet points. Well, I guess it's never too late, right? There we go. Oh, shit. There. Now, I got 8 ideas. I'd like to get about 10. What else? Lean Startup. Or MBA. That's a good one. Oh, God, I bet that's a ridiculously competitive... Man, I bet that's a horribly competitive category. At the same time, though, I bet the competition's pretty bad, too. It's a lot of universities and schools putting up ads. Man, business school, alright, well, 600,000, so I could do personal MBA also. Oh, nope, that's terrible. Who wrote that book? Josh Kaufman. Josh, I'm disappointed we don't have an audience for you on Facebook here. I got no Josh Kaufman on Facebook. Maybe it's an alias. Okay, so I've got it's all women though. Okay, so I needed to. No wonder I bet business school's a big male oriented. Okay, so good. I got a big MBA category, so I could feature the personal MBA on that one. Okay, feature a personal MBA. All right, next, get like one more of these. E-Myth, Charisma. Alright, I gotta find something out of these that's good. So, let's try E-Myth. That's not gonna work. But I gotta figure out what to feature. I could do E-Myth with entrepreneurship. So that's an existing one I already have, so I'll feature that with it. Let's see if I can find anything else. No, that's not on there. Let's try free. Charisma? How big's Charisma? Not that big. Alright, well, maybe I'll just go with 9 then. Ooh, I can do lean startup. That's gotta be a good one. Alright, there's a good enough audience for that.